All right, today is Wednesday, January 16th. I want to go over everything that we have seen so far today. I want to go over my trades. It's been a crazy one once again. So I just want to talk about everything. I want to go over everything, break everything down. I am currently up $2,000 on the day, which is absolutely great. And it's been so chaotic because you guys could see right here, this is my P&L. I was in on two stocks. You can see right here at the bottom, AXSM. Made $2,000, and then TBLT. TBLT, again, $19. Now, if you guys are just joining us this afternoon, you're like, TBLT, you only made $19. What's going on with that play? I actually traded that stock 2 times. I lost $3,000 and then made the $3,000 back. So why? What happened with TBLT? Well, TBLT is a monster play so far today, as that stock went from $1, spiked all the way up to $3.64 in pre-market, and then spiked all the way up towards around $5.50. Now, TBLT definitely has potential this afternoon, but where did I get on this? Where did I lose? Where did I win? Well, TBLT, this stock first came off with a very nice press release this morning. It talked about launching a sale with Menards Home Improvement Chain. That came out at 8 o'clock this morning. Now, with that being said, we can see right here, the CEO says we're delighted. We're working with this U.S. home improvement chain, which dramatically expands our footprint across the U.S. in hundreds of retail locations. Absolutely great stuff. TBLT is also a very low float at only $4 million in float. TBLT is also a new IPO, where new IPOs sometimes get a lot of big-time rips, get a lot of big-time climbs, get a lot of big-time activity. And the stock, went on an awesome climb, an awesome rip, and brought in, huge volume. So, if you guys are awake this morning, what did we always talk about? Early bird gets the worm. Look how great this spike was, right? Look how great this spike was. Look how great this rip was. Now, as you guys know, I swung AXSM, which got a great morning rip, and I was able to make $2,000 off that. So that was my swing trade from last night, which was, absolutely great. And this thing spiked all the way up towards $8.50, which was absolutely awesome. But if we go back to TBLT, this play, this is a stock that really got everyone's attention. It was up over 300%, was able to go on some nice runs, rips, pops, everything along those lines. And what did we see, guys? TBLT, an absolute, monster move. So this went on a monster move. Dek, did you buy up at the top at 540? No, I didn't. I stayed away. I did not touch anything along those lines when it first started spiking. So where did I get in on this play? I actually started getting in at around 410. I got in because I saw a channel, right? I saw a channel between 410 and around 450. And this is what we were looking for. We were basically looking, let's actually go back to a 1-minute time frame, and you guys can see exactly what we were looking for on this play. Let me see if I extend this a little bit. All right, so this is kind of where we're at this morning. This is where we're at this morning. And where did I get in on this play? I started buying the stock TBLT right around this 420 mark. I saw the stock start spiking on up, and I was looking for a big rip right here. Because honestly, I thought the stock was going to go on a nice rip right here and then shoot on up. But what started happening? It was like a fake out breakout, shot on up and came right back down. Now, before this day even started, something I was so excited about, something I was so fired up about, is I said, guys, TBLT is falling into a pattern that I call a DCIX pattern, which basically is what? Which basically is just a pattern that looks like this. We will have a big morning spike in pre-market. We have a big morning spike in pre-market, right? Now the day is about to start, so this indicates the day starting. So we got our big spike in pre-market that goes right to 9:30. It goes on a very big rip, and it comes right back down towards around the open, does nothing, and then spikes back on up at what time? 11 o'clock. And why did I pick 11 o'clock? Well, this is just from being experienced in the market, that usually at 11 o'clock, if we have a stock that does nothing after being like a 300% ripper, usually everyone buys it right at 11 o'clock. And again, that's my mindset. That could be your mindset. That could be another person's mindset, and another person, another person, another person, another person. And then right at 11 o'clock, everyone starts buying and the stock goes bananas. So we start seeing, TBLT, this stock goes on this nice rip. It comes back down. I don't chase anything up here. I start buying right around this area. And again, this is right around 10:30, so it's a little early, but I start saying to myself, maybe it's going to spike a little bit early. Then the stock drops really hard. I start loading up at the bottom. I buy 16,000 shares at the average cost basis of 410. And I'm sitting on this play. It's trying to move on up, starts coming back on down. Move on up, come back down. Moving on up, come back down. Now, as you can see, because we can see into the future here, that big spikes happened at what time? Exactly at 11 o'clock. Exactly at 11 o'clock is when that spike happened. It was insane. So did I hold 16,000 shares? Where did I take a loss at? Well, I started selling every time it came down to 390. So I sold about 4,000 shares every time it came to 390. 390, I sold another 4,000 shares, right? 390 came back down right here. You see all these little lower shadows here, here, here. Every time it came down there, I sold and I got out. Now, Dek, why did you sell? Why didn't you keep holding? Well, again, I'm in on 16,000 shares, right? Every single time the stock moves a penny, it's 160 bucks. So, I lose like 20 cents. I'm down a lot. So I don't want to risk a possible dump. If I'm in on 16,000 shares and the stock dumps off to 330, I'm losing $8, $9, $10,000. That's not worth it to me. So I have to keep it tight. So I finally get out of my whole entire trade by around 10:44. We start talking about this trade. 11 o'clock hits. What happens, guys? I start, looking to purchase this play, but I get in late, right? So 11 o'clock rips. I see this thing go boom, and I get in late on this play. When this stock spiked from $4 and started running all the way up to highs of 520. So when did I get in? I got in right here at 467, 466, 460, 469, 470. I had 12,000 shares. So I lost 3,000. I lost 3,000 shares. $3,000 my first trade. It started spiking at 11 o'clock. I re-entered all the way back up near highs of 460 with 12,000 them as it came up to $5. And that gave me a $3,019 profit. So actually, again, canceling out my old $3,000, now making this $3,000, I ended up with a total of $19 on the day on TBLT. So it was crazy. So now, again, how much did I make today? $2,032 for my AXSM swing trade. So it's been, definitely a very crazy one, definitely a very wild one, and I'm happy I was able to make my money back. Again, I'm up about $11,000 now for the last, 16 days, which is, not too shabby whatsoever at all. And we still have what? We still got another 2 weeks of trading in this market. So hopefully, again, I'll be pushing 25 grand by the end of the month. That's kind of the goal at where we're at right now, and looking forward to that. But, if you're saying, Dek, why is TBLT, a top gainer today? Number one, it's a low float stock. Number two, it had a very credible play, or credible news. Number three, the stock is a newer IPO, which means, its initial public offering was about 2 months ago. No one really knows the stock's potential. So the fact it's a low float stock with news, if momentum catches behind it, this thing can go. Another reason. I don't know what reason we're on that now. Number four, number five, right? What's another reason this can go? Well, because we're in a very hot market. Right? MBOT ran $16. MBOT ran $16 over the last 2 days. MBOT, this basically set a lot of hype for MBOT to go on a nice run, for KTOV to go on a nice run. AXSM trying to move on up. We've seen CCCL get a nice rip yesterday. We've seen VHC get a nice rip. VHC go on a nice climb. Right now, TBLT is just another, stock thrown in the mix. Right? Another stock thrown in the mix with a lot of hype, with a lot of activity, with a lot of big time profit. So, TBLT, it came out with a press release at a great time. We're seeing so many big-time climbs, so many big-time spikes, and so much activity. So, that's one of the best things about it, right? That's, such a great thing about this play, and there's so much great potential behind it. So, TBLT, a lot of great reasons on why this play spiked, a lot of great activity. And TBLT, again, let's go back to around a 5-minute time frame, or let's see, 3 minute, nope, we got to go into a 5-minute time frame. 5-minute time frame right now, we're starting to work its way back up to $4. And guess what? This thing could spike all the way back up towards, all the way up towards around $5 if it starts getting a little bit momentum towards it. So it's definitely been, very solid. BIOC, that was a nice stock that got a nice rip this morning as well. Again, we're just seeing penny stocks take off this morning. So if you're like, Dek, why didn't you play BIOC? Again, as a trader, this is my money I'm trading with, guys. This is real money that I'm getting involved with, real money that I'm trading with. And again, as you guys can see right here, I always like to, again, start throwing in my account number. Now, I cover up a couple different, areas so you guys can't see it exactly. But, this is my account number. That this is not paper trading. This is real money. When I'm putting in like $80,000 into these trades, I'm putting in that as a real money trader. So, I still need to keep intact my emotions. When I win $3,000 or I lose $3,000 or I'm up currently $2,000 on the day, I can't get greedy. Some people are like, okay, you play TBLT, let's go over and play BIOC. Oh, you play BIOC, let's go over and play VHC. Dek, why are you not trading KTOV? Dek, did you only trade AXSM today? Oh, what else is going on? Hey, are you thinking about getting in on CHFS? Oh, a top gainer is also, HJLI. You going to get involved in that? And it's like, whoa, right? As a stock trader, I need to be smart. I'm just trying to pinpoint, all the stocks that I like the best. And then today, this crazy ride I was in was made money on AXSM on a swing trade. Again, I swing 15,000 shares on AXSM overnight. That's already big to start with. Now again, I'm looking for a dip buy on TBLT with 16,000 shares. Now I just lose 3,000, was up 2,000. Now I'm down 1,000 on the day. Now TBLT starts spiking. I buy in on another 12,000 on TBLT, cancel out my $3,000 loss. Now I'm back to a $2,000 gain. It's like, whoa, I got to take things easy a little bit. Today was a little bit of a roller coaster, so I definitely want to be smart. I definitely want to be, safe with, just being a smart trader. So it's been all over the place. It's definitely been, absolutely insane with, everything that's going on over the past couple days. And as I said now, so now I'm up about $11,000 to $12,000 for the past 16 days in this market, which is absolutely awesome. And I'm very happy about it. I'm very excited about it. And with that being said, I'm excited to see where, we're going to be at the end of the month. Now, with that being said as well, there are some possibilities for the rest of the day, right? We still could see TBLT pop on up. Let's see again, out of all the top gainers, let's see what we have. Let's see what we have right here out of all the top gainers. And what are the hottest ones? Hottest ones so far today, TBLT. That's up right now. Does that have potential? Let's write that down. That does have potential, right? So again, even if you guys are over on TradeCaster, right now, something that, I would do if I were you, go down to the notepad section. So what stocks have potential? TBLT. All right, type that out. All right, what else may have potential? MBOT. So listen in again, write everything out in your notepad. So you guys have that right here. You guys have my Twitter feed, all that stuff, or again, however you guys want to set it up. But again, that's how I have it. So you guys are all set. But let's see what we have here. So plays of the day. TBLT. Does that have potential the rest of the day? Yes, that does. MBOT. Does that have potential the rest of the day? Maybe weird little scalps in and out of this play, but honestly, it's not going to be anything for me. It's a little too risky right now, right? The stock went on a massive move, came back on down. It's a little risky right now. It is still getting crazy bounce plays from like 860 to 925. Those are still like 75-cent rips. So that's, pretty nice if you have the account size for it, but you definitely want to be smart. BIOC, another top gainer. Do we want anything on that? Nah, not really. So really, MBOT crossed off in my eyes. BIOC crossed off in my eyes. What else do we have? KTOV. Do I want this? Nah. This stock came out with a public offering right at what time? This stock came out with a public offering at 1:30 today. Do I want anything right now? Nah, nothing right here. So, right here, KTOV, I'm crossing that one off at this time. Right, so I don't want anything right there. What about CCCL? Again, the stock had a nice little pre-market move, but nothing we want right there. Nothing we want right there. So again, nothing I'm really too involved with right now. Really, the best stock I'm looking at is TBLT. TBLT, I think, has potential. SAEX, again, not really feeling it right now because, again, this stock is very light. On top of that, SAEX has to get all the way back above $5 for volume and then above $6 to really start breaking out, which I don't really think is going to happen today. So I don't really think that's going to happen. We could look ALT. Maybe, again, we can keep ALT on the back burner because it's starting to cross a little bit of the 50-day moving average. So maybe a little back burner play. Absolutely, but nothing, insane right now. Other than that, I still like AXSM as well. If AXSM could break through 830, there could be some potential, but that's starting to arch on down a little bit. So, let's keep our eyes peeled. We got an hour and a half left in this market. I am happy where I'm at. I'm probably going to be pretty conservative this afternoon. So I just want to kind of give you guys a heads up about that. So I'm going to be pretty conservative this afternoon. I don't know if I'm going to get involved with anything else. I've been trading like a monster the last few days. I've had averaged about 3 to 4 trades a day. I already have 4 trades today, between AXSM and TBLT. So, I do want to kind of pump the brakes a little bit. Pump the brakes a little bit on these. So we're going to sit back. We're going to stay smart. We're going to see what's going to come on up. It's 2:30 right now. We'll see what we got this last hour and a half. Awesome job today, though. So much profit, so much ripping, so much money to be made. And again, very, very happy for everyone who's always made some money, especially during this past week where it's been so hot. So awesome work.